Următorul vorbitor ne va prezenta modul în care acționează Uniunea Europeană prin intermediul Institutului Specializat pentru Inovație și Tehnologie și ce oportunități sunt deschise diferitelor categorii de beneficiari. Îl invit pe scenă pe domnul Marian Belko de la European Institute of Innovation and Technology. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank organizer for the invitation, and for me it's a great pleasure and honor to be with you and to present European Institute of Innovation and Technology, our work, and what we call the EIT model, because I think that we have already developed many tools and instruments that prove to be effective in fostering entrepreneurial, innovative and STEM education in European countries. So I'm not sure how many of you are aware of the EIT or have ever heard about the EIT. So I would like to start with a very brief introduction of what the EIT is and what it stands for. European Institute of Innovation and Technology is European Union's executive agency. As such, we are part of the Horizon 2020 research framework program, and our vision is to become leading European initiative that empowers innovators and entrepreneurs to develop world-class solutions to societal challenges and create growth and skilled jobs. So to contribute on the European level to creation of skilled jobs and economic growth. EIT is practically first EU initiative which systematically brings together free sites or partners coming from free sites of so-called knowledge triangle. So institutions representing business, being that large corporations, but also small and medium enterprises. On one side, education institutions, excellent universities, on the second side, and also research centers. Our aim is to increase cooperation and integration between these three partners in order to create or to foster entrepreneurship and to transfer students from only being students to entrepreneurs. Also to bring ideas and innovative ideas to real products, and to bring solutions from laboratories to the real life, to the customers. I think in this sense, EIT is really innovative, and also the scale, how we support creation of cooperation between the actors coming from different environments is it's really unique. And the EIT as such was built around idea that innovation results from really cooperation of actors coming from different backgrounds. And at the beginning, it was an idea that Europe needs to support or to create an institution or tool or instrument how to overcome so-called innovators paradox or innovation paradox, that in Europe we have a lot of very excellent universities, we have a lot of strong business partners, strong businesses in Europe. We have a huge talent, people who want to create some businesses as well, and also we have excellent research centers, and the role of the EIT is to bring these institutions together in order to foster innovation and entrepreneurship. And in order to be able to bring together these partners, we also need a strong education in STEM or STEAM fields. And I will then talk how the EIT wants to support learning and teaching and STEM education in principle. So it's important to know that EIT as such is a relatively small agency, but we support huge innovation communities. Usually all of them are focused on a very specific societal challenge. For example, climate change, EIT digital skills and competencies, innovative energy, raw materials, innovation in mining and industries around raw materials. EIT Health focus on societal challenges in health, aging of the population, and related issues. And very recently, we selected and created a new community focused on innovation in the food industry with a specific set of objectives. On this slide, you can see that our activities of our innovation communities are really pan-European because it's, I think, already well-known fact that innovation usually is or needs to be supported on a regional level. So it's not only important to have a strong European initiative, but it's important to implement or to support activities on a local and regional level from the bottom. First, of course, it's always easier to create these communities in the areas or in the regions where the excellent business partners, excellent universities are located. But EIT systematically tries to motivate our knowledge innovation communities to be present also in other countries, and which is very important. Recently we introduced and started implementing regional innovation scheme to bring innovation also to the countries in Europe which lags behind. But why our solution, why our contribution is so unique and distinctive? On this slide, it's important to understand that EIT as such doesn't own or doesn't govern directly these innovation communities. All these innovation communities are relatively independent, and EIT tries to, or role of the EIT headquarters is more in creating strategies, incentives, and then implementation, and really bringing partners together is the goal of the communities themselves. Every community is practically long-term partnership of institutions coming from the different sides of the knowledge triangle, and why the EIT model is then different or unique and can contribute towards supporting an innovation in Europe is, or why is it different compared to the other initiatives, other projects. Very important aspect is high degree of integration. So we try to systematically motivate creation of the partnerships of these partners. So it's not only ad hoc cooperation, because, for example, a few months ago I attended University Business Forum. So there are many other which is organized practically biannually by a European Commission, and there are many other initiatives that tries to bring together universities and business partners, and to overcome the gap between the skills and competencies and of the graduates and what labor markets needs. But in our case, we really try to focus on a long-term systematic partnerships. Gathering the world-class partners from across knowledge triangle based on a contractual relationship. So it's not only about implementing ad hoc projects, but really a long-term partnerships. Each EIT innovation community is set up for minimum set of years to eventually, and through these first 7 years, is systematically supported by the EIT financially, and then is expected to become financially sustainable. So then try to find sources of income, and in this sense, not to be dependent on the public funding anymore. Very important aspect is autonomy and flexibility in implementation, and because they are very different and they are active in a very different fields, and very different areas, and I don't think that, let's say, innovation and creation and supporting of entrepreneurship can be managed directly on a European level. You need to give a lot of flexibility to spur creative thinking and creative approach. Also, what is important is that all of these innovation centers are not, as I said, located in one city or in one country, but they build so-called co-location centers or innovation hubs all around Europe to really create a very huge innovation community in all member states. Our model is also very much result and high impact oriented, because the relationship between the EIT and the innovation community is based on a project life cycle, where at the beginning they submit business plans which are assessed according to the strategies and according to the key performance indicators, which monitors or which mirrors the strategic objectives of the EIT in supporting innovation and STEM education. There are many different benefits or reasons why the business partners or why the partners from different sides of the knowledge triangle want to be part of these innovation communities. Here are just a few examples of the reasons. For example, access to the most powerful pan-European network of the most innovative European organizations from business, education, and research. It's also a unique opportunity for cross-sector collaboration. In their annual business plans, we try to motivate our innovation communities to also work together, not to be focused only on their respective fields, but to create a cross-kick cooperation or cross-innovative community cooperation in order to achieve efficiency gains, to share, let's say, platforms or solutions which can be easily replicated in the different fields. For business partners, it's also a very good opportunity to get access to the excellent talent pool of the university or education partners. And now that brings me to a few slides to talk more about the education agenda at the EIT. Education as such is only a part of the whole concept, of the whole model, but it's a very important part. It consists of almost 1/4 or 1/3 of the whole budget of the innovation communities, annual budget of the innovation communities. As a matter of fact, at the moment, our strategic focus is mostly on master and doctoral studies. We try to create and innovate higher education offerings and higher education programs. But our innovation communities already have in their portfolios also other types of education offerings, such as lifelong learning programs, continuous professional development, online learning modules, and alumni and outreach activities. And you can see that, for example, this EIT Digital has developed many courses which are listed on Coursera page, so we try to motivate it to be active on global platforms. Now, when it comes to the master and PhD education, where we see the different, why we think the EIT approach is so different and so unique, as that the specific innovation and entrepreneurship activities are focused on linking the research to the broader needs of the innovation community participants. And it's a very important distinctive feature is that entrepreneurship education is a standard and crucial part of these programs. Of course, obviously, you can find in Europe excellent business universities with excellent entrepreneurship programs, but we believe that the role of us as a public institution is not to compete with private universities or private business actors, but to try to combine together in a T-shaped approach excellent horizontal expert education in the technical fields such as engineering and sciences and in all these fields that KICs are active, to combine it together with horizontal skills and competencies, and so then standard entrepreneurship education is a part of these masters and PhD programs. Also very important distinctive feature is focus on integrated, innovative learning by doing curricula, so trying to innovate the classrooms and to move from academic-centric towards student-centric approach. And as I said, very strong focus is on industry and business partners. A very good example of how EIT is trying to achieve this is EIT label as a quality seal awarded to these programs. And the EIT label is awarded to the programs based on the assessment of the learning outcomes, so it's very much linked to the Bologna process and standard higher educational innovation. I wanted to show you one example, or the result of this is that graduates from our programs, from master and PhD programs, are very much recognized, and their skills and competencies are used to be more entrepreneurial, more international, and many of them are annually listed on the Forbes 30 under 30 list of the innovators and entrepreneurs. And beyond the education, I think the very important is that we allow them direct access to the accelerators, ideators, and other standard business creation tools. For example, EIT Digital Accelerator is one of the top accelerators in Europe and in a global space. And this is very important because I think that in the future, we would like to support, and although that currently we're more focused on academic education, in the future we see the need to extend our focus also on the other levels of education, where we see a strong importance of the STEM and STEAM education, because in order to have educate and create next generation of innovative and entrepreneurial people, we need to start very soon in the education pipeline and focus on the school education. And so we developed new initiatives and projects focused exactly on developing multidisciplinary skills needed in Europe on large scales at these levels. And here we are very much open to cooperation from relevant partners who are already active, and to foster and share the knowledge we have also with the partners from the countries which are moderate or modest innovators according to the innovation scoreboard. If you want to learn more about what the EIT does, I would like to encourage you to visit our web pages or to follow us on the social media. I'm very much open to discuss with you how the EIT can contribute, how you could be involved in what the EIT does. And so please feel free to contact us either through the social channels or directly, and I will stay here. I will be happy to discuss the questions with you. So I think that's it for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Există așadar oportunități de colaborare în interiorul acestui domeniu în spațiul european și asta ne face să sperăm la rezultate mai numeroase și mai semnificative din punct